thousands of years, we have been at war. But before, we were enemies. We were like brothers. I appreciate you having my back. No matter what.
At the dawn of time, there was our gracious and powerful creator, Primus. He sacrificed his life force, transforming himself into our planet, Cybertron.
So this movie takes place before anything we've ever seen in Transformers, and get to see what life was like on Cybertron before it died and it fell apart, and before the war on Cybertron. And from day one, this story was always going to be kind of a tragedy with these characters, Orion Pax, who eventually will become Optimus Prime, and D16, who eventually will become Megatron.
We've been talking about the origin story probably since after the first movie because it is such a dynamic story, and it is so rare to find a story that is only about character.
We had created a room of writers to decide what to do with the live-action franchise going forward, and we had always talked about Optimus and Megatron as friends in the beginning, as brothers, but we knew we could never make that movie in live action.
It's Orion.
Seriously, again?
This movie is not makeable as a live-action film. It would be 500 million, who knows? It would be so much money that nobody would make it. So you had no choice but to do it as animation. But the great thing about doing it as animation is it gave us a lot of opportunity to do things that only animation could do.
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you!
I accept those terms.
Obviously, this is the first animated movie since the original Transformers the movie in 1986. This movie is something that we feel fans have been looking for, and something we feel showcased the real personality of our Transformer characters in a way that the live-action movies never could.
A cave with teeth. Nothing scary about that. Knives coming out of the ceiling. Amazing.
I'm fascinated with Origins just to see the absolute beginning of Optimus and Megatron, like the fact that they were actually brothers, like really close, best friends, and what unfolded and how they became who they are.
Listen.
There's something very epic about the Transformers and about the universe that they live in. It's elemental. It's like, it is good versus evil.
Why did you do that? Why?
It's kind of Shakespearean in a way. You see this struggle, this sort of interplay of friendship and the rise and fall of that friendship.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, but be careful.
I got it.
Our proof is inside, and you're spilling it everywhere. I got it.
Having a buddy story, a kind of rags to riches prophecy buddy story in the world of Cybertron was very cool. Taking two characters who are best friends and leading them down this path where by the end they're going to be iconic mortal enemies. I was like, oh, that's a really fun journey to go on.
Every decision that I made making this film, I would always come back to the relationship between Orion Pax and D16 and how they became enemies, starting as close friends, and think about their relationship and how every design, every element is really supporting that story.
It's time to show him we are more than meets the eye.
That's great.
And last one?
Yeah.
The first time I met Josh Cooley, there was a great sense of trust I had within his vision. He had such passion and enthusiasm for the world, a huge amount of knowledge and understanding, and there was going to be epic visuals, and the animation was going to be fantastic. That's intense. But at the heart of it, he wanted to get down to what the point of the story was that we were telling, which was about these two individuals, the journey of self-discovery, but about a friendship that unfortunately ends up in a space where the two of them become enemies. But Josh's passion and detail and nuance was incredible, and it was a lot of fun to work with him. Okay, listen, D16, I may be a little dusty, but Kuroda, that is too far.
That's great. Awesome.
Josh's excitement is really contagious. And I love that when we want to go back to these stories that we grew up with, you want somebody who truly cares about it, somebody who you felt like sat right on the sofa with you Saturday morning eating a bowl of cereal. And that's who Josh is.
First time giving a pep talk?
You're inspiring. You can envision a better future that no one else can see.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.